There has been a lot of news and recent speculation about the possibility of Titanfall 3. In the past, any talk about another Titanfall game came from a psychotic Reddit community full of users who haven't seen the light of day or taken their medication in years, so the Titanfall 9 theories haven't really meant much. But recently, there seems to be a lot of events pointing to something Titanfall. Most people want to believe Titanfall 3. These speculations have been getting really popular and have been amassing massive hype trains, but I'm gonna be honest, none of them are convincing to me. I've only seen one other creator call out how non-substantial some of these speculations are, but I don't think he went nearly hard enough. So here is my critique of the many Titanfall 3 speculations that are roaming about the internet. I'll go through each one pretty quickly. First, the recent playlist changes. Recently, there have been some updates to the different game modes, which all have a name and a short description, and those names and descriptions have caused quite the uproar because they all seemingly point to the number 3 for Titanfall 3. Let's go through them one by one. One of the most recent game modes had the description, "Your rockets will blot out the sun," a reference to the line, "Our arrows will blot out the sun" from the movie 300. The train of thinking is, yay, 300, that's the number 3. And out of all of these examples, this is the most convincing. Obviously, one could easily argue how this is just a coincidence. Vsauce has an entire video about why coincidences like these are bound to happen. Go check them out. And to be honest, with these game modes and their relationship to the number 3, it only gets worse from here. Another playlist was named The Other Side. No obvious connections to the number 3, but wait. Several YouTubers and Reddit users have pointed out that that is the name of the third song on the Red Hot Chili Peppers album, Californication. If that connection isn't enough to convince you, don't worry, because when I went to fact check this, it's not even the third song on the album, it's the fourth. There are several YouTubers and Reddit users who have made this connection, saying how it is the third song and how that is yet another reference to Titanfall 3. First, I think we can acknowledge that that's a little bit of a stretch there to make that connection. And second, I checked YouTube, Spotify, and images of the original vinyl when it was released. It is definitely the fourth song of the album, not the third. Not to mention, this game mode is not a recent addition in order to tease Titanfall 3. This game mode made its debut in an update in 2017. So no, I do not think The Other Side is at all a reference to Titanfall 3. Another recent playlist was named Marked for Death, which is another obvious reference to the number 3 because not only is it 3 words, but oh, I can't take myself seriously. If you look at Steven Seagal's movies chronologically, it is his third movie. I'm convinced, guys. Titanfall 3 is coming now. Obviously, that one is more of a joke, but yeah, I hope I don't have to elaborate on why all these game modes that all point to the number 3 maybe actually don't do that at all. Next up, there has been a worldwide reveal teaser that has gained some popularity, and it's really made the rounds on TikTok. It's a video which teases the announcement of Titanfall 3, giving a date, and it has amassed a pretty big hype train. This video is from a random YouTube account with no other videos, no association to any official Titanfall or Respawn account. I am terrible at editing. Like this video if you agree. But given enough time, I could have made the exact same video and it would have just as much credibility. None. I saw a creator mention there's like a 30-70 split whether this video is legit or not. No, it's not. Where are those numbers coming from? The video looks good and it's edited nicely, but there is nothing to this video that has any substance or any credibility at all. Next one is a quick one that if you've been keeping up with stuff, you've probably already heard about, but I figured it's worth mentioning. There was some talk about how the official Titanfall YouTube channel unlisted 3, there's that number again, 3 videos on a playlist out of nowhere. But as Moki Sniper points out, these videos actually seem to have been unlisted over 6 years ago, so nothing there. Or maybe I'm wrong and they've actually been pointing to Titanfall 3 for almost 7 years now. So at this point, none of those theories really mean anything at all, but I'm now going to look at and maybe criticize what I think are some of the more credible claims that may seem to point to Titanfall 3, and that's the resurgence of important employees and figures in the Titanfall and Respawn community. For example, Titanfall voice actor Evan Boimel has become much more active on social media and YouTube than ever before. He actually even commented on one of these Titanfall 3 speculation videos. Frozen Fro, a narrative designer at Respawn, tweeted several clips of him playing and commenting on Titanfall. Another example is Vince Zampella, the head of Respawn Entertainment. He liked a tweet that said, "Titanfall deserves one more chance." It definitely sparks some thoughts about, it's kind of interesting that these people have started paying more attention to Titanfall out of nowhere, but by no means does it point to the release or reveal of Titanfall 3. I think the explanation is clear. Titanfall devs started updating and paying attention to the game again, so when that gets some friction and gains attention, social media activity regarding the game is expected. The social media engagement does not somehow point to another game in the series. I'm not really sure where that conclusion comes from. So, just like the other speculations, I think that this one doesn't really mean much. Another event that has stirred up some news in the community is that at the end of a recent Apex update, there were 3 strings of numbers, all of which correlate to the release dates of Titanfall, Titanfall 2, and Apex Legends. And sure, this is definitely cryptic, and it's definitely something, but does it somehow point to Titanfall 3? Maybe? Perhaps it is instead a nod to the recent Titanfall references in Apex lore. If you don't know, these games share the same universe, and there are plenty of connections in Apex relating to Titans and Titanfall, so these numbers absolutely could have something to do with that and the new season. Literally, as I was editing this video, Apex dropped the new trailer for Legend, and it was very much Titan related. I'm not saying those numbers have nothing to do with any sort of Titanfall 3 news, but that is definitely not the only possibility here. They could totally be there to hype up the new Legend or the new season or map or something if it's going to be extra Titan themed. Just because something is Titan or Titanfall related does not mean it points in the direction of Titanfall 3. So those seem to be all of the theories that have been gaining traction recently, none of which are that convincing to me. And hey, I hope that I'm wrong here. I would love another installment in the Titanfall series. I've played and loved both Titanfall games. To be honest, I don't really think Titanfall 3 makes sense right now from a business standpoint, and I think I'm going to make another video on that, but I hope I'm wrong there too. I want to be convinced. I want to dive into the fan theories. I want another Titanfall game, but I just don't buy it right now. Subscribe if you'd like, but more importantly in the comments, let me know if I missed anything, what you think about all these theories. I am incompetent and know nothing, so there's that. Let me know if I missed anything, and thank you for watching. Oh, fuck, I forgot to mention the most convincing theory of them all, and that's the janitor theory. There's actually a janitor at Respawn who's been working on Titanfall 3 all of this time. During his 30-minute lunch break every day, he's been learning how to code, and for a while now, he's been working on Titanfall 3.
Oh, I think I'm icing. Told 100,000, even on the sex and white street.